Yeah. Yeah.
Age. Is it just a numerical figure to represent how you think, act, and feel? It depends. If you're nearing the ages 14 through 18, or have a child nearing these ages, this figure not only represents how you think, act, and feel, it may also determine your driving privileges. Congressmen and women in North Dakota's very own legislature is debating whether or not to change this age to 16, or maybe even 18. But to families in North Dakota, this change in legislation could be detrimental to their way of life. Today we're going to look at the importance of teenage drivers, who wants to change the driving age and why, and the solution that will give both sides the peace of mind they desire. North Dakota is known for its chilly winters, friendly hospitality, and of course its vast open plains. These open plains mean that transportation is an issue that affects every resident. Teens need a license to get to things such as jobs, school activities, and other things. Teens are a vital part to a small town's workforce, and they need a license to get to these jobs. North Dakota is mainly comprised of rural families, and this could put them at a great inconvenience. Farm families need teens to have a license to help with chores like moving machinery, chasing cattle, and just getting from place to place. And for families that have troubles finding labor, it's necessary to have every child driving. Now that we've looked at the importance of teenage drivers, let's take a look at who wants to change the driving age and why. Of the many people that support this change in legislation is Adrian Lunn, the president of the Insurance of Highway Safety. Mr. Lunn says, "When we look at statistics, changing the driving age makes sense." Insurance Commissioner Adam Ham started the debate in North Dakota in 2008 by proposing new restrictions and a graduated licensing program for teenage drivers. Many people feel that a graduated licensing program isn't enough for teens to be mature to be able to drive. So one of the biggest problems with changing the driving age is statistics. According to teendrivers.com, teenage drivers make up 3.8% of the population and were drivers in 10% of North Dakota's fatal car crashes between 2004 and 2006. Looking at this, we take a quote from Rita Mae Brown, an American author and social activist. She says, "The mental statistics on sanity are that 1 out of every 4 people is suffering from some sort of mental illness. Think of your 3 best friends. If it's not them, then it's you." Her words give us pause, but general statistics, numbers, if you will, have different meanings upon context. Whenever we hear statistics, we take note. Nobody wants to hear that a friend or family member has been in an accident. But accidents happen. Where and why they happen is a needed context in this debate. Accidents occur for a variety of reasons, the main ones being recklessness, negligent driving, alcohol, and a lack of respect for safety precautions and laws. According to dmv.ca.gov, accidents seem to occur in patterns or trends, depending on various aspects of roadway engineering. Things like speed limits, stop and signal lights and signs, and traffic loads all contribute. These problems are what make the teen accident statistics seem so bad. When we look at these in context, the teens aren't above any other group. They're equal. We need to fix these problems within our roadway, not make teens suffer. Parents also need to set good examples and teach their children how to safely drive in North Dakota's weather. A study done on Pediatrics magazine stated that parents who set and enforced limits, their children were less likely to speed, more likely to buckle up, less likely to text and drive or drink and drive. Why couldn't we leave it to the parents to regulate their children's driving instead of the government? Now that we've looked at who wants to change the driving age, let me tell you the solution. The solution is to have a graduated driver's licensing program, otherwise known as GDL. GDL consists of 3 steps. The first is a learner's permit, which allows you only to drive when accompanied by a fully licensed adult. The second is an intermediate level, and finally, a full license. Many safety experts agree that having a graduated driver's licensing program is more effective at lowering the teen accident statistics than just raising the age, because experience is more important than chronological age. The theory behind GDL is simple. By restricting when teens may drive and with whom, they gain much needed behind-the-wheel experience in controlled, lower-risk settings, says the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. North Dakota is the only state without a program like this. According to teendriversource.org, teens may get an instructional permit and may drive only when accompanied by an adult with at least 3 years driving experience. After 12 months and completing a driver's educational program, they may drive unaccompanied in a parent or guardian's vehicle. Then at age 16, they may get an unrestricted license. Teens should have to get special training for driving on road types such as icy, gravel, and windy ones. This training, combined with the graduated driver's licensing program, will prepare teens to face North Dakota's roads. Today we looked at the importance of teenage drivers and found that they are a vital part to our way of life. Then we looked at who wants to change the driving age and found they think teenage drivers aren't mature enough to drive. And finally, we found that having a graduated driver's licensing program combined with specialized training is the solution that puts peace in both sides' minds. Now, age doesn't have to be just a number. It can be a way of life, the North Dakota way of life.